Hello, people. I hope you're well. And today, in another episode where we cover different mangas, we're going through a manga called Demon Rush, created by Master Media himself. By the way, Master Media is a YouTube channel who covers all the mangas like Dragon Ball Z, like One Punch Man, and other fan animations, and also everything that needs promotion. He promotes them for free and cares their support, helps them to get support, and spreads their beautiful creation. So apparently, he has created something for himself, a manga of his own. So, so we're gonna go through it, criticize where it's needed, criticism if I do believe that he has room to improve, and where we can criticize on. Fair criticism is definitely can help him gain betterment in this manga. I have read this manga, and I do believe the manga panels, you know, has a room to improve, and it has definitely an interesting story. And by the way, it's kind of copy from the Bible stuff, angel versus demon, or everything. So it's going to be interesting to the Christian and the non-Christian people as well. So the summary says, in the year 2022, the gates of hell open on earth. The demonic legion invades the earth, and countless humans are slain. In the darkness, so the archangel Michael arrives, larger than the tallest skyscraper. He obliterates the wave of the hordes. However, the archangel of hell, Lucifer, sends his most terrifying creation, uh, Algolga. And for the first time since humanity's inception, the holy side is losing. And then his channels link. So, uh, according to this, the holy side is not winning; it's losing. So, I hope there's gonna be an interesting story where that comes from. So, the Destroyer Part One. We'll go to this. So, as you can see, Demon Rush. So, I do believe this person is Rush, and he's a demon, and he has a pentagon on his behind. And I don't know why the manga is named by him, because according to his summary, the evil side attacked the human side, and I don't know what's gonna happen around, but I do believe this is the I like if it's like that this is the hero of the manga, then I don't know. It kind of irritates me personally because I don't like the evil side winning all the time. So yeah, maybe I'm a religious person, so it's really cool and badass in some context to make the demonic side the new hero. The trend is really going on for some time, so let's see what's gonna happen. So as you can see, Rush is holding a sword, and at the end of the sword, there's a demonic face. So that's a demonic sword there. So and then a word for us by Master himself. In the year 2022, the gates of hell open on Earth. A demonic horde invades, slaying millions. The global economy collapses. Those who survive either live in fear or pledge alliance to the Dark Lord. A deception, a decept, a descript army of angels, along with the lost order of holy knights, stand against the armies of evil, but their numbers are their numbers dwindle thin, and the sinister bait in conquest. Written by Jake Master and art by Pedro Perez. So we have to criticize. If we're criticizing the story, we're gonna criticize Master Media. If we don't like the drawing, we'll criticize Pedro. So so this is the year 2039, and we can see Rush extending his sword, and he's expecting something to come, and says, "Here it comes," and something comes. We can see some shadows on the ground, and swoosh, a plus-shaped sword comes toward Rush. So this is a plus-shaped sword. We can see in the church and everywhere there's a plus sign, the holy sign. I don't know because I'm not Christian. So that comes is rushing towards Rush, and Rush defends it with the thin sword, the thin demonic sword, and he decides. Uh, so if we're saying about the drawing here, we the drawing is pretty cool. The shading and everything is pretty damn cool. So it's not like it's I've created a manga. It's like nothing drawing, nothing of a story. This has a great story, great back, and I do love the shading. What shading he used and does, and we could see the swords. Kind of sword shading, shade on the ground. for the sun above and everything. That's great. It's not bad. And he kind of, the sword is so powerful that it pushes Rush, as who is resisting the big sword, towards the ground. And the shading here is pretty damn awesome in itself. And Rush powers through the sword, and some voice says impressive. And then we see this metallic armor, angelic metallic armor. The shading on this armor is pretty damn cool. And as we can see from this, we could definitely say that this is an angelic armor because it has a plus sign over it and it has swords around it. And he says, you were able to parry one of the greatest swords of destruction. But how will you handle three? So he just stands there, extends his arm, and sends all the sword towards Rush. So Rush jumps over, dodges, everything, and the final sword is coming towards him, and he extends his arm and says Manu. As he says Manu, so this kind of reminds me of where Naruto, uses the what's it called? It's the chakras and everything. Naruto uses his chakra to do magic and everything. He uses the hand posture is kind of like that, not the same, but kind of like that. I do believe the hand posture art is not as clean as it should have been. I do believe it could have been more clean, but yeah, it will do. And the art here is also not that much good. So we do believe that as you're starting a new manga, your art has to be pretty neat and clean in terms of people liking the art and the story. As you have a good story, so you should back that by good art. So yeah. So as he says Manu, a black, we could see black energy coming and creating something in the ground. And it kind of says Inferni. Inferni. So it's something related to Inferno, Inferni, and a hand comes up the ground and grabs the sword. So that's great magic. That's hopefully, probably that is black magic because Rush is a demon. So he's probably using the demonic lord's black magic. And a sword kind of flings behind Rush and surprises him. By the way, the sword kind of grazes him and he's dripping blood now. And he says, I will do what Soren could not do. The angelic battle armor says, I will do what Soren could not do. And says, this is the end for you, Rush. So Rush is like, he has grazed him, and Rush is like, the angel of destruction is so much more powerful than the other angels I have destroyed. So, point to be noted, he has destroyed angels. So, Rush is that powerful. I'm already bleeding heavily, and I feel like he's just getting warmed up. So, he's at his end of the point, and the angel himself is getting warmed up right now. So, something happened. The sword kind of lifts and comes toward Rush, and some voice. This is Rush's face. This is a great art, by the way. Somebody says, after destroying Zadkiel, your Imperium limit raised immensely. I can grant you more power than before. Release my mark, take it, and defeat Adriel. So, as we can see from here, this angel's name is Adriel. So, Adriel is the angel of destruction, and he has come to take Rush. So he says, I accept, and we can see a demonic hand with black power is coming towards Rush. So Rush releases the mark, as he said, and it's kind of cool, and he gets this tremendous boost in power, which Adriel is horrified by seeing. I hope this is the face of horrification. I don't know. And his new mode is here. So I have a lot to talk about this new mode. So I do believe the shading, as the shading refers, this is what's his name? Rush's new form. That we could see the hands are like, as we see Goro's new form, it's kind of like that. It has no mouth whatsoever. It has a sign, and it also has a horn. it has a tail of demons, and the armor looks pretty damn cool. Okay, so he says to Adriel that I have already destroyed six of the angels. What makes you think you're special? So he has a pointed tail and everything, and that's pretty badass design. So you're just the next on my list. So we can see his face here clearly. His face is pretty damn scary, and he attracts. He kind of uses his power to blow away all the swords, and with his black power, and he rushes on Adriel. So Adriel is futile, and Adriel is battling him. Battles are going on. We could see that humongous, bigger than the tallest skyscraper, is damn cool. He is like the tallest. He's like a giant, and Rush is like this little demon with power up. So so far we can see Adriel winning, and so the shading here is pretty cool. But I do believe the shading could be done a bit better than this. If you're really trying to, you could see the wings and all the swords floating around him and the glow. But I do believe the shading on the rocks could also be done pretty neatly. And look, the and as they clash, huge amount of power is being surged, and the landscape is being destroyed. So as you can see, I will send you back to hell, this time for good. And we could see his armor and sword being broken. And the power of the demon is immense here. He says, back to hell? I am hell. So he himself claims to be the hell. But Adriel comes and punches him so hard that he's so damn big, and he punches him so hard that he kind of flies and crashes into the ground, and he's like, so, starting off from here, we could see the huge skyscraper like thing is coming towards the angelic Adriel with the armor is walking towards Rush, and he frees his sword from the arm that Rush created to strap his sword. So, shading on this one is pretty damn neat, if you ask me. All the skies, all the black shading, gray shades, and the smokes where he's stepping, and he's coming, and with all the swords and wings. If you ask me, I probably would have thought that Yusuke Murata himself has drawn this, though you can see some clear differences as you zoom in. But when you zoom out, it's pretty damn neat. So he says, I must destroy Adriel here and now, but I don't have any other choice. And there is no way Adriel would allow me to escape. So Adriel is strong. If he doesn't kill Adriel, Adriel won't let him escape alive. If I can create an opening, one is all I need. One strike is all I need. And with his sword, his black sword, he says just one. And listening to this, Adriel creates multiple arms. We could see he had two arms here. And from these two arms, he has created multiple arms. With his multiple arms, he has grabbed all the swords and started fighting him. So as he's hitting him, Rush is getting faster and faster, and Adriel himself is saying he's getting faster. So we could see him battle, one hit another, Adriel punching him, kicking him, and the manga kind of comes to an end on this one. So what's my overview of this full manga? This manga is pretty damn cool with pretty damn good shading and stories, but everything. So, but I do feel that there are rooms to improve in the shading department. The armor of the Adriel was pretty cool, and the swords were pretty damn nicely done. The sword, the battle, and everything, the dark magic that he has uses, and and the forms, especially the forms of the black, where the demon gives him the power and releases the mark, and he turns into this demonic form, demonic rush. It's pretty damn cool because the form is pretty neat, and it's pretty relatable, pretty reasonable, and the shading is cool. But I do feel there are rooms to improve, and which Pedro will improve, I believe. And the cracks here on the sword's pretty cool, and his face is scary and everything. Like this, I do believe that this manga has the potential to turn into anime, but I don't know. I do believe this manga, if written and stored properly, with proper drawing and everything, that because Master has to be one with Pedro in this case, because Master is writing. Maybe let's say if Master is writing with one mentality and he's covering with another, he's drawing with another mentality, then this could be a big failure for this manga. But I do believe as the story has progressed, uh, this whole drawing and story sequence has really come closer, and like they feel like one artist has written the story and written and drawn at the same time. So it's not like a two artist work. And the story is pretty damn cool, and Rush is also cool. The demon also, but the thing which I think was a bit unclear is who is the hero and who is the villain. As we know in traditional cases, the angels are the heroes and the devil is the demon, villain of a thing. But will there be any difference? Because the manga's name itself says Demon Rush, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it will be told in later chapters. Eagerly waiting for the next chapter. I'll be covering it in few more. I'll record it right now, but I'll be uploading that in my channel in a few days. So if you like my coverage, you can like, subscribe, and you're always open to comment and criticize my work as well. Thank you.